Welcome to She Sells Radio. We are going to be diving in today to this one powerful question. And in fact, it's actually one word that will dissolve resistance to what you want and move you closer to your goals. And if you are not a YouTube subscriber of mine, I am always so honored if you go subscribe on YouTube. And the reason why I want to direct you there is last year I did a series on how to release resistance to what you want. And I say direct you there because some of you are listening to the audio version of the podcast. Some of you are watching the video. So last year I did this series on how to release resistance to what you want, which is really based on a lot of the work of Abraham Hicks. And I got so much feedback from people that they didn't realize that anything that they had a desire for or a vision for in their life that hadn't yet happened, that hadn't yet manifested, it was because there was a level of resistance to it happening. And I didn't realize that for most of my life either. That's why I'm so passionate about now bringing you what I'm learning as I go deep in my study of the subconscious mind and how goal achievement really works, and unblocking money blocks and all the things that are like part of my journey and my story, and very likely if you're listening to this, part of yours too. But so the very short to the point version of that is, yes, for any goal that you have, let's say it's a financial goal in your career, in your sales, in your business, and it's been a goal for a while and it just hasn't happened. There is a level of resistance that you have to it happening. And I know that may sound crazy. I know you're like, Elyse, I would have no resistance to receiving $1 million tomorrow. But guess what? If you want it and it hasn't happened yet, there is a level of resistance to it. And so this is why we have to be willing to go deep and to do some of that inner work to look at, what are my beliefs around money? What are my beliefs around worthiness? This is why I love bringing this conversation into more of the even like corporate sales training arena, because we don't realize this is the stuff that holds us back from achieving our sales goals and our income goals, are these beliefs that we hold about ourselves, about what's possible for us, what it would mean for us to be really successful. And if we've never seen anyone make that amount of money or have that type of goal, then we don't have a framework for that, a blueprint for that in our mind. And so I am not always aware, I'm not always aware, but I aimed every single day to be aware of what is the resistance that I currently have that I get to release to my next level goal that I'm working on manifesting in my life. And so, because once we can uncover it and figure out what it is, whether it's, if I made a bunch of money, the amount of money I actually want to make, like sometimes I work with women where they're afraid it will be emasculating to their husband, or they, they're afraid everyone will come and want money from them, or they don't think they're good with managing money. So they subconsciously actually block it. Right. Or it could be a health goal too. I mean, it could be all the things, right? If I lost the weight, what would it mean for me to be super visible and super like attractive to other people? And I say that, I hope that that comes across the way that it is intended, because I am huge on every version of beauty. But I know for a lot of the women that I work with, sometimes they've added on extra weight too, and they don't desire to have it there. So this is for the women who don't desire it. And there's a block about visibility for them too. So whatever it is for you, whatever the goal is that you've had for a while that hasn't yet manifested, there's some level of resistance to it. So you can go check out that series on YouTube, How to Release Resistance to What You Want, if you want to really deep dive more into that. But today, what I wanted to share with you is this one little question that I've been thinking about a lot in my own life recently too, and that I've been using and like playing around with things, that goals that either haven't manifested or like I know they're for me, but I don't quite feel that like emotional connection yet where I feel like it's already happened. Because if you study subconscious mind, if you study energy, once you feel like it's already happened, that's when it actually happens in your life. So we've got to get ourselves there first, to feeling like the vision is already accomplished, to feeling like the goal is already fulfilled. But sometimes we can have these goals that feel kind of like vague or nebulous. And so the invitation is to look at, number one, is that really what I want? Because sometimes it's not. But if it is, here's the question I want you to ask yourself. Why does that matter to me? I want you to ask yourself why. And this one little question, this one little word of why is so powerful at helping to dissolve resistance, because it's going to bring you closer to your goal. And I love this. And there's I forget who's the person who came up with the 7 levels of why. So it's not mine. I don't know whose it is. Shout out to whoever it is. But there's a process where you actually ask why 7 times to get to the deepest level of truth of your why. I think it was actually Kevin Wathy on the podcast recently who brought that up, and he had learned it from someone else, and I'd heard it from another mentor a while back. So anyway, that's been showing up a lot lately in my own world and in my own life. So I've been playing with that. But so let's say it's a financial goal and you say, I want to make $500,000 this year. Let's just play with that. And that feels maybe a little bit big, maybe a little bit disconnected, but still like there's something about it where you're like, oh my gosh, yes, like I really genuinely desire this. So what I want you to do is start asking why. Why? What's important about that to me? And with money specifically, if we make just money in and of itself the goal, that's not a powerful way to up-level your wealth consciousness. It has to be about, what is the money going to do for you? Because money's just a tool at the end of the day. So is it getting you into the dream home? Is it helping you book the vacation you want to book? Is it helping you hire this certain team member that you really want to bring on? Is it creating a different lifestyle for you and your family? You know, I work with and have so many beautiful, open-hearted conversations with clients where they share their vision and their dream of what they really want in their lives. And it's like, it requires a level for most of us, not for everyone, and everyone's vision is different. And I really, really honor that. But for many of us, it requires a level of financial support that often isn't yet in our lives. And so when we make it just about the money, it's easy to develop resistance around that. But when we really attach to, what is that money going to do for me? And feeling in your heart, the connection to that goal and that desire and that dream, when you get past the superficial into the true underlying why is this important? Then it starts to open up. Then you'll start to, at least this is my experience, is I'll feel some of the resistance dissolve. And I'll do this too with, program enrollment goals. And it's not about making stuff up, right? I've really learned when you have the way you know that your vision is within your reach and the number that you want to create is within your reach, is like, you can actually see yourself with it. So I can't consciously imagine myself with $1 billion right now. I don't know. I don't have a conception of that. So that's not my goal. And frankly, I don't know that ever will be. And I know there's a lot of people out there where it is, and I have utmost respect for them. And maybe it will be mine someday, but it's not right now. I can't imagine it. So I know that's not something I'm going to be practicing dissolving resistance around, because it's not a true goal of mine right now. But for the goals that I have, and for the very aligned, like program enrollment goals and financial goals, one of the things that really, really takes me deeper into the emotional connection with those is thinking about, okay, when we serve this many women, how many children are we also impacting? How many families are we impacting? How many husbands or partners are we impacting as well? And seeing their lives and visualizing their lives being different. And it usually gets me into pretty much a big sap mode because I know the ripple effect. I know the ripple effect of you standing up and saying yes to breaking generational patterns, of poverty mindset, of abuse, of limited thinking, and then demonstrating that for, if you're a parent, demonstrating that for your kids or the children in your life, and giving them a different chance at life than they would have had otherwise. And so whatever your goal is, I want you to go deeper and ask why. And when you connect with that why and keep asking why, it's like, that's the 7 layers, right? You keep asking why, you go deeper and deeper and deeper. But I think even on that first one, like for me, I really find it connects way more emotionally with the goal. And I feel that resistance dissolve. So that is your trick, your mindset hack, your technique for today to help you dissolve resistance and help you get closer to that goal, feeling like it's already happened. Because remember, when we can feel it, when we can visualize it clearly in our mind, and when we can feel it in our heart, then our subconscious mind has accepted it. And then its whole job is to go to work looking for circumstances, opportunities, situations, ideas to help make that thing your reality. But we've got to have it inside first. So use this tip to help you connect with it from the inside. And I'm really, really excited to hear how it works for you. So as always, I'm at Elyse Archer on all social. I'd love to connect with you on Instagram, LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I don't do a whole lot on Facebook, but we can connect there too. But would just love to hear what's speaking with you, what's resonating with you from today's topic. And then, of course, you can head over to ElyseArcher.com if you want to check out some of our free resources or our programs to help you scale to 6, multi-6 and 7 figures in your sales and revenue as well. So lots of love to you. Thank you so much for listening today. And I will see you on our next episode.